BMW's motorsport division, known rather unimaginatively as BMW Motorsport, has never been a stranger to Le Mans. But there's no participation prizes in Sarthe, so how did BMW write themselves into their history books? BMW cars have been seen racing sporadically at Sarthe since 1939, many of them claiming class wins. But these were always modified road cars, the equivalent of today's GTE, in which BMW did race in 2018 and 2019. So overall victory always appeared elusive for the German marque. By the late 90s, however, enough was enough. This is the story of the BMW V12 LMR. The late 90s were exciting times for Le Mans. Competition was hot between the LMP and LMGT1 classes, and to make matters more complicated, Toyota's LMGTP entry, the famous GT1, named after a class it no longer competed in confusingly enough, was looking extremely competitive. The BMW-powered McLaren F1 GTR had been a force to be reckoned with on the track wherever it had competed in the mid-90s, but by 1997 it was no longer competitive against the ridiculous likes of Porsche's 911 GT1 and Mercedes' CLK GTR. BMW had, by the late 90s, formed a constructive partnership with the Williams Formula One team, who, at the time, were no joke. Seeing their German rivals Mercedes having a crack at it and Porsche winning regularly, BMW decided they could leverage their F1 connections to threaten the competition. Development began as soon as BMW saw the writing on the wall for their McLaren partnership, and so in 1997, BMW started their first venture into the Le Mans prototype class. Williams was quickly informed that they were responsible for designing and building the chassis for BMW's new LMP car, as well as conducting aerodynamic research for the project. BMW would redeploy the V12 that had powered the mighty McLaren F1 GTR in this new LMP car, but this time in its 6-litre configuration, producing an estimated 550 brake horsepower. By 1998, the car was completed, and BMW were keen to show off their new V12 LM. However, as you may have guessed from the fact this video isn't about the V12 LM, it didn't perform as well as they would have hoped. They started consistently losing to the LMGT1 cars being raced by the likes of Porsche and Mercedes, even though the prototype class should have been faster, at least on paper. Had BMW bet on the wrong horse? Despite the embarrassment of 1998, BMW pressed on with their ambitions to beat Le Mans, and for 1999, they put it all on the line. Their new car, named the V12 LMR, would run the same chassis as the previous year's V12 LM, but after discovering the source of their pace problems to be predominantly due to aerodynamic inefficiency, they decided to completely redesign the entire body of the car. One of the most noticeable features of this redesign was the inclusion of a driver's side only roll hoop, which surprised BMW's competitors due to it only being possible via BMW's own unique interpretation of the rules. This meant the car had a much reduced frontal area, resulting in less drag and allowing more airflow over to the rear wing, increasing aerodynamic efficiency even further. A total of 4 of these new V12 LMRs were built by Williams. BMW were under no illusions as to how important a successful season was for their racing brand. The cars debuted in the 12 Hours of Sebring, and they were seriously fast. 2 were entered into the race, and one of them took pole position. During the race, chassis number 1 was involved in a serious crash, so bad in fact that the car would never race again. But the second car managed to secure an overall victory for BMW, an achievement BMW Motorsport could only have dreamed of less than a year prior. The real test was yet to come though, and this was the one everyone really cared about. The greatest endurance event in the world, the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Unlike Sebring, the V12 LMR would be facing off against closed-cockpit LMGT1 and LMGTP cars at Le Mans, which boasted superior aerodynamic efficiency and theoretically higher top speeds. 3 V12 LMRs were present at the first Le Mans test session, with one adorned in the traditional art car paint job, this one created by artist Jenny Holzer. BMW was able to claim the 4th fastest lap at this test session, losing to the 2 Toyota GT1s and a Panoz LMP1 Roadster S. On race day itself, BMW chose to drop the art car, only running 2 V12 LMRs, the number 15 car driven by Yannick Dalmas, Pierluigi Martini and Joe Winkelhock, and the number 17 car driven by Tom Christensen, JJ Leto and Jörg Müller. The cars qualified 3rd and 6th, being beaten again by the mighty Toyota GT1s. During the actual race, however, BMW began to look strong. Their competitors began to have reliability issues. After the first 12 hours, Mercedes and Nissan were but a distant memory for BMW Motorsport, who now saw their main competition in the 2 Audi R8Rs and the 1 remaining Toyota GT1. In the final hours of the race, the number 17 car, being driven by JJ Leto, suffered an accident as a result of a stuck throttle, leaving the number 15 car on its own, but leading the race. BMW were losing ground to Toyota, and losing the lead looked inevitable, until the GT1 suffered a tyre blowout, allowing the number 15 BMW to shore up its lead significantly. And despite Toyota's best efforts, the BMW V12 LMR, driven by Joe Winkelhock, Pierluigi Martini and Yannick Dalmas, crossed the line in 1st place, taking BMW's only ever overall victory at Le Mans to date, and solidifying the drivers and the incredible V12 LMR as motorsport legends. Most manufacturers who create such competitive cars would choose to continue development and race again, chasing the glory of a second victory, but BMW saw their future more in Formula 1 as their relationship became closer with Williams. And so for 2000, it was only privateer teams that raced the V12 LMR. Unfortunately for them, they faced a new rival in the dominant Audi R8 LMP. You can watch my video about the R8 LMP and its battle with the legendary Bentley Speed 8 here. Thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.